Okay, so today I am making a variation on a Korean side dish. The Korean side dish is called cheesy corn. And most of this, I'm tripling the recipe so that I can make it for dinner instead of just having it as a side. And it's pretty overall healthy depending on what you use for it. Right now in the everyday pan rock crock, I have a pound of turkey cooking. And I will be using my chopper, and when I did my unboxing, I told you guys I had one. This is my like 15-year-old chopper, and it's still in really good shape. It still does a great job. That's why I said I'm going to give one away, because these suckers last forever. So I'm going to use that to break up the meat once it starts to cook a little. And then I'm going to use this little hand chopper to chop up a half of an onion and 2 jalapeno peppers. If you don't like spicy, you do not have to add the peppers. The peppers are optional, but they do definitely suggest maybe I have too much in here. They definitely suggest the onions be in there. Gotta make sure you get this lined up in here. I'm just gonna push this down. I can even do it one-handed, so if you have somebody with limited mobility, it's really cool. I'm just gonna chop this up nice and small. Just a few hits. And it's pretty much done to where I want it for the recipe. There's really no major big spots in it. So this is ready to go. I'm just going to pull this piece out. My turkey is starting to cook. So we are going to cook our turkey, and then we'll be back. Okay, so he's just finishing up cooking up the turkey with a little chopper. It's amazing, guys. Like I said, I've had that one 15 years. If you have to buy one Pampered Chef item, I would highly recommend that one for sure. Everyone should own one. And the food chopper did all that chopping in seconds, whereas sitting there, I couldn't have gotten that fine of a chop. And it chopped up all of my onion and all of my pepper all at once, which is amazing. So we're going to put the turkey into a bowl, and then we're going to start on phase. Okay, so to just make this, most of the products we did are vegan because I'm non-dairy, but you can substitute anything that I'm putting in here for regular of the same item. So 3 tablespoons of vegan butter, which you can make at home pretty simply. But we bought this one. And you want to make sure it melts all in the bottom of this pan. Get it all up in the middle. Melt it out really good. This is my Pampered Chef spatula that I got in my kit. And once it's all cooked up and melted, you want to make sure it's melted and bubbling. And this is the same crock we used to cook the turkey. All we did was take the turkey out to drain, put it in a bowl. We wiped out the excess oil, and that was it. And now we're ready to go. So I've kind of pulled up all the little extras so we can get all the good turkey flavor. Again, if you want to make this vegan, just don't add turkey. You could always use like some of that friable meat they sell that's non-meat. Okay, so we're going to add 3 cans of non-GMO corn. For those of you who know, I do have a GMO sensitivity. So 3 cans of corn. Oh, I hope this all fits in this pot. We'll make it fit. It'll work. Maybe I should only double this. Okay, so we put the corn in it. We're going to add all of the onion into here. The onion mixture. Mix that up. We are also going to add 3 tablespoons of, you can use regular mayo or avocado oil mayo or vegan mayonnaise. Hellmann's has one out now. Just going to add that in here as well. I don't know what they use it for. I guess it makes like a sauce or something. It's just how they do it. Put this behind here. I'm also going to add 3 quarters of a teaspoon of Himalayan salt and a quarter of a teaspoon of pepper all over it. Then we have 3, this is tablespoons?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 tablespoons of coconut palm sugar. Makes it a little bit sweet. And that is all the ingredients. We're just going to stir this up here in the pot. Well, most of the ingredients. There's one more. I'm going to warm this up a little bit before I add the turkey back in. And this would probably serve a family of 4, honestly, with looking at the size of it right now. But I just tripled it up just because it's normally a side. And I wanted to make it into a meal by adding meat to it. So I did get lean ground turkey. So I'm just going to let this heat up here a little bit before I add the turkey back in and do one more step. The nice part about this pan is I've already got my oven set to broil, and I'm going to throw this whole thing right into the oven for 2 to 3 minutes to broil when I'm done because of one last ingredient. So let's just get this warmed up here. It's warming up nicely. It's almost there. The next ingredient is the best ingredient, you know, after the turkey. Okay. Give it just another couple minutes. Okay, so now this is all warmed up on the stovetop. Kind of pressing it down a little bit to kind of even it out in the pan. As you can see, other than using the food chopper and some little prep bowls that I chose to use, like you could just measure stuff right in here when it comes that time. This is really a one-pot meal. So I'm just going to press this down a little bit so everything's nice and even. Next comes the good part. You can use Via Life mozzarella cheese, or you can substitute for regular mozzarella cheese. And you're just going to grab it by a handful and spread it all over the top. The recipe, the person I got this from, which is Asian at Home on YouTube, is the recipe I followed. Sort of. I mean, I modified it to make it my own personal choices. She says there's no such thing as too much mozzarella cheese. I tend to agree. Especially with something like Via Life, it's a plant-based, I think it's a nut-based cheese. And it actually tastes a lot like regular cheese, so it's kind of nice. I'm using about 3 cups of cheese on here. That's probably the most expensive part of this whole meal, honestly. But if you use regular mozzarella, it wouldn't be expensive at all. It's not too bad, maybe $1.50 at Walmart, maybe $3 if you buy 2 packages. So, I mean, overall, you could really do this meal for right around $10. Because a lot of the stuff is stuff you probably have at home. So now, I am going to have my husband grab some mitts, throw this in the broiler for 2 to 3 minutes. Once all the cheese is melted, I will show you the finished. Okay, so this is the finished product. As you can see, we just did it for 2 to 3 minutes till all the cheese was melted, and it was delicious. Highly recommend.